Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise, and welcome to today's stream. I'm your host, Hydra, and today we're doing another Doggo Draws. Today will be a continuation from last stream. Yeah. So, going back to drawing the streamer group photo thing. Hop right back into it. My God, it's a loud clap. I warned you all. Okay? Trust me, it is very helpful when you're messing with audio to have some sort of spike to tell you this is when you're starting. Or like at the end where it's like complete silence so you can, you know, sort of sense it and use that to get some noise reduction. That makes no sense, but it makes sense if you mess with audio. But I will point out, since the last session, I did do a little bit of editing on the line work, so Charm's face doesn't look as janky. Still has the chubby cheeks, just less chubby. And also, Dezu, I fixed the tail since he suggested a bit of a fix. Oh wait, I didn't change the... I forgot to change the screen! You guys weren't looking! Whoops! Professional streamer, by the way. I was literally pointing at this and about to start, but... So, as I pointed before, Charm's face got a little bit of a change, so it's less janky, but still keeps chubby cheeks, and then Dezu's tail fix. Yeah. But that's the only thing I really changed. And now I have sub to Hydra. Oh, you found it! I didn't even mention it or plug it anywhere, I don't think. Did I plug it anywhere? I don't know. But yeah, I haven't even posted any videos or anything, and you're already subbed. Just like when you subbed before... I mean, when you followed my Twitch before I even, you know, started making videos. I mean, started streaming. Different things. I found it too, Hydra. And the About section in Twitch. Ah, right. Hey, at least people are reading that. No, keep saying Dewey. I will not say Dewey. Other than to correct you and say no, don't say Dewey. I like Dezu better anyway. Who's Dewey? Enio likes to call Arzadeyu Dewey. I call him Dezu. Oh, that's a fun nickname. Oh no. Dewey is Arzadeyu. He changed his name to Arzadeyu, so immediately I came up with the silliest nickname possible, Dewey. Wonder what it's like to have a shtick. All I have is my lame jokes. Epic, that is your shtick. You tell dad jokes. It's a wonderful shtick, and I love it. It brings me such joy. I want a better shtick. Well, you gotta come up with... It's your shtick. You're the one who decides it. I mean, like, everyone sorta makes their own shtick based off of, you know, the people around them. So if yours is making lame jokes to make people feel good and stuff, you decided along the way through development and your journey into through life that that was a good, advantageous thing to do. However, if you don't want that to be your shtick, you can always just, you know, do something else. It's completely up to you. Did someone mention dad jokes? Yes, Epic did several times. At least your shtick isn't making yourself act like a douche. Fair. Where's the darn shtick store? Or do these grow on trees? See? You lean into it. You bring it on yourself. I make lame jokes to cope with anxiety. Enjoyment was a nice bonus. I can relate. I can relate. At least you tell funny jokes though, Epic. Like, yours are good comedy. There are people who tell legitimately bad jokes, and it's like painful. But you have good jokes. You can at least take solace in that. Oh my god, I missed a lot in like a few seconds. What is a vampire's favorite fruit? A blood orange. Well, if I end up throwing sodium and chlorine at you, I guess I'd expect you to tell... Blah. Well, if I end up throwing sodium and chlorine at you, I guess I'll expect you to tell about a salt. I'm guessing that is the scientific name for salt. Common table salt is sodium chloride. I thought so. There are a lot of salts, actually. I mean, I'll respond like the sodium and magnesium. Nah, man. God, nerds, all of you. Nerds, the lot of you. Telling your nerdy jokes. Look, putting together jokes like these are elementary. Har har, I got that one because, you know, elements, hot, funny. Darn, didn't work. And before you ask why sodium is written as Na, foreign language exists. I wasn't going to ask. You best stop, Epic. If too many of these puns are made, they'll get pretty formulaic. Oh god. I mean, I tell these jokes periodically. It's getting worse. They still got a reaction. Oh god, what have I done? I encourage this behavior. This is on me. I have no one to blame but myself. I once had a teacher come up to me and was like, hey, you might be interested in this. It's literal rocket science. And then they gave me like a book on rocket science. And I was like, thanks, but no, I'm not into this. And it was because I was the type who was really good and quick at doing math. So they were just like, oh, you're good at math, you seem to like it enough. Have a book on rocket science, like one of the hardest things of math. I'm glad they had faith in me, but nah, it wasn't for me. I need to try more foods, just period. I feel like I'm stuck in the position of I just constantly eat the same thing over and over again. So, I never try new things. It's not that I don't like trying new things, it's just I never put myself in positions where I would try new things. Are you wanting pecan right now, Fox? Would you say you're peckish for pecan? These jokes are really meaty. Gosh, all of you. Yeah, I've tried a couple of new things and I was just like, oh, this tastes alright, and then later my stomach was like, you tried something new? Time to just die. We don't try new things. The stomach is used to this, and if we don't get this, and it's something new, we have problems. Streusel is like adding funnel cake to pies. Ooh, that sounds really good. It is so sweet and good. It sounds really good. And yeah, new things can get your guts real up in arms sometimes. When my parents have noticed I'm trying new foods, it's very much become a pattern of my mom going, Dad, he won't like this, and her being absolutely right. And whenever my dad thinks I won't like something, I can at least stomach it. I like just plain vanilla. Chocolate's good too, but I usually just go with plain vanilla ice cream. It's a classic. Simple. And good. Maybe kinda bland and boring, but it's still good. People who claim vanilla is plain have not had good vanilla. I say vanilla is plain only for the fact that there's so many different varieties of flavors and different things you can do with ice cream that vanilla is sort of like the default when it comes to ice cream. It's literally called vanilla. That's a word that is used to describe things that are like basic. So I consider vanilla basic, just for that. I still remember I used to call sparkling water as a kid furry water. Why? Damn, you really just outed sparkling water like that, Fox? Like, apparently, to kid me, it tasted fuzzy. It tasted fuzzy. My body's odd. Odd thing isn't love spice akin to liking pain. Isn't loving spice akin to liking bacon? Not necessarily. Sometimes the taste of spice is good. You know, you like that taste. It doesn't necessarily you like the pain. Spice flavor is literally pain. So is sour. Sour is at least one of the main tastes. Spice is a main taste. And bitter if you want to be very liberal with how you determine pain. Spice is one of the main flavors. I do know that. I may not know like anything about cooking or, you know, food, but I do know spice is one of the main tastes. It's like spicy, sweet, salty, bitter. I feel like I'm missing something. Spicy, sweet, bitter, salty. I don't remember the rest. No, it's sweet, sour, umami, and bitter, and salty. Umami, as in savory? I've never heard of that before. Spice is apparently, scientists found out, not one of the main tastes. It's how the body handles pain from flavor. What? I will say, if you originally go by a certain set of pronouns and then you change them, it does take time to adjust for other people. It isn't just a switch. It can be quite difficult at times. Even if they do have good intentions, they can still slip and say the wrong thing pretty easily, just from muscle memory. It also doesn't help that by default people usually lean towards him, like using the pronouns him, just in general. Robot? Oh. Is it okay now? It was like one word became robotic for me. He. That's a new one. Also, yeah, you would know about how getting used to saying they would take some time to pick up. Indeed. Luckily, I'm a very patient person. But yeah. I feel like some people go with the expectation of, oh, I expect you to say this now, and if you're not saying this, then that means you're not a good friend or something. And it's like, it takes time for people to adjust. Expecting people to get it right on the first try and just continually get it right, it's kind of unreasonable. You should go in with the expectations of, okay, I would appreciate this, and if you would try to do this. And if they slip here and there, it's understandable. No one's going to be perfect. And you are essentially telling them to go against what they already programmed their brain to think when they look at you. Because you're changing associations with yourself. And the brain doesn't like to change that. In terms of learning pronouns, I don't think either party has reason to get annoyed if it's non-purposeful. Learning takes time and folks need to learn. Best to just understand this reformatting can be hard and mistakes tend to happen. Indeed. I don't know if many of you knew this, but Charm actually uses any pronouns and tends to enjoy when people refer to them as she. Just a little fun tip if you ever wanna make her smile. They are gender fluid. Indeed. I actually forgot that. Really? Yes. Not many people know that. Though, when it comes to the pronoun thing, I say any, but it's really more he/she. Don't know how fond of, using it or they. But I know she is is a good one. I'd love a good situation to use her/she, but man, does that chance come up little. I mean, you could just use it all the time. You could. It's not necessarily like, oh, you're being more, you're showing feminine traits, I'm going to refer to you as she in this moment. It could just be during any period. I mean, if you want to know about me fully, at sometimes I feel more feminine than male, and even if I'm not biologically female. I can understand that. I can relate to that a bit, Fox. It's like, yeah, I'm non-binary, but at times I can present more feminine traits. Not that I would go by... Not that I plan on going by, like, she, her. They, them suits me very well. Though, who knows? Ask me again in a couple years and I might be transgender. Or rather, fully transgender. Time certainly changes things. I know I can use she whenever, but I really want the first use to mean something since they like it on occasion. That is valid. Honestly, sometimes it feels like it's easier to just say you're like fully transgender than to say you're non-binary. Because for some reason, it's a lot harder to explain to people, hey, I'm non-binary, which means I'm not falling into the category of just male or just female. That's a lot harder to explain to people than just being like, ah yeah, I'm trans and I'm a woman now. Like, that is so much easier to explain. I mean, saving a use of a pronoun for special occasion sounds peculiar to me, but go off, I guess. I mean, epic comes from the sentiment of, I want it to mean something when I say it, and not just, oh, I'm saying it just cuz. I just roll with it. They are just labels. People do exist that can fall into both categories. Honestly, it'd be a lot easier if people were just done away with labels altogether. But we don't live in that society. People like to organize and categorize things for their minds to understand. It's why we have the scientific identification system. And yeah, I've been wanting to do it for years, but I keep missing my chance due to time zones. I legit did not think this would take so long. Aw, epic. I think it just comes down to like fear and hesitation of, oh, is this the right time? Nah, maybe not. And like that sort of getting in your head is what holds you back from actually just doing it. Labels can be misused, but we need them. Otherwise, how would we talk about anything? I mean, some labels, yes, they are good. When it comes to like gender labels, those don't really need to exist. Like, they don't really need to exist. Hell, if that ain't most social things, anxiety sucks. Yeah. You know what? Let me just go do the thing. Oh, Epic is just gonna go out and do the thing now. Good for you, Epic. You got this. Nope, hail facts in Canada. Hey Hydra, did you know untrue fact? Wow, I didn't know untrue fact. Thank you for sharing. There are 21 playable jobs in the award-winning MMO that is Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know if that's true or not. Did you know that Magikarp was originally meant to have a convergent form in Scarlet and Violet? I feel like that's false. Great, now I have to guess whether you're telling the truth or not. Oh, you think it's false, Knowing you, maybe. Or it could be true and you're just pretending. Listen, reason why I said it. Did you know I'm going to give you $200 after stream? See, I believe that's false. I don't think you would just randomly give me 200 bucks. I'm going to outdo Epic and do $200 and 1 cent after stream. Sure. Well, it's actually true. Toadskull and Toadscrew are labeled with names similar to Magikarp and Gyarados, Japanese names in the game's code. Interesting. I bet Epic would do it. I don't think Epic would. I think he's just playing a little silly. He's being a jokester. Did you know when I get the money I will donate more out of respect to you? That is appreciated. Hey Hydra, did you know Dewey said himself that he likes being called Dewey and wants people to do it more? I think that's false. Did you know you can feel your own breathing? Oh, I hate you for that one. Did you know Pokemon are... Hydra, if you could have a pet, what paper would you want? If you got your own place. I'm assuming you meant, if you could have a pet, what pet would you want at your own place? If I had my own pet and it could be literally anything, I would want, I don't know, I would want some sort of pet that's smart enough to take care of itself. Maybe like if I had a dog that was smart enough to take care of itself. That would be most ideal. That or like a shape-shifting pet. That would be cool. I should really consider a comm sometimes. Comms are fun. Can be expensive though. And no, motivation has called upon me to get it before now. I shall get it. Why, Dewey? Don't spend money on me. Comms can get really expensive. Yeah, especially if you're someone who buys them like constantly. Like there's some people who I've seen who buy comms like it's going out of style. And I'm like, how do you have this much money to just throw away like this? Cool art, but like that's a lot. Man, I really missed some stuff with Zim. Well, he is the most detailed on here, let's be honest. He's the only one wearing clothes. Clothes are boring. Well, you have a shirt. Okay, but it's a plain black shirt. And it's less of a shirt and more of a sports bra. Zim is wearing full-on clothing. I never saw it as a sports bra. Clothes help make plain designs more unique. What's a sports bra? So, a sports bra, as name mentions, it's a type of bra, but it's like not. It looks like this, or no, that's a bad picture. Hold up. More like this. Minus if the arms were there, but you get the picture. That'll do. Also the time. Oh! I wasn't paying attention to the time! Thank you. Man, I guess I didn't finish it in time. Well, okay. If that is the case, let me save. Make it look a bit spiffy before I exit it out.